Hey there, my name is Chris, and with my friend Brian, we created an app called Recycloan for the Harmony One hackathon. Now, the problem we wanted to solve was that sending payments internationally, in particular if we're looking at like microloans or small payments, can be extremely difficult. And if you look at traditional means of doing that, such as sending money through a bank or sending money through even another blockchain or another cryptocurrency, the fees could be pretty high. Even sending something like $10 in Ethereum or Bitcoin could have several dollars in fees just to actually submit the transaction. This is not a real problem with Harmony. And so what we did is we actually created a smart contract called Recycloan, which allows you to automatically send a rotating loan to different addresses, no matter what the amount, through a smart contract. So imagine I had four different people I wanted to loan money to. So you can very quickly just add additional addresses here. But what it will do is, let's say I wanted to loan 10,000 Harmony One. Now there's a problem that exists where you could send some amount of dollars to another address, and let's say they paid you back. Now that money is just sitting there if you don't do something with it. So if you had a whole bunch of money that's just accumulating, just sitting in your account, that's not actually getting value for anybody. It's not giving any value or to any potential businesses or small organizations. It's just in your account and nobody's actually leveraging it. So with the Recycloan smart contract, what it does is there's a method called lend, which takes in the input of the addresses as well as the value that's sent, and will automatically provision the loan to the first address in the list. And once it's repaid, it will circulate through the other addresses if you specified them. And I just added some example addresses here to send those funds and circulate those funds on your behalf. So I'm going to look at this transaction, and this is actually on the mainnet, so we can see that the transfer completed successfully. The contract itself is fairly straightforward. So in the website, what's actually happening is we're calling a function lend, which takes a value and a list of borrowers. And this is an editor called Remix. You might be familiar with it. We essentially used it to prototype this contract and run it on the testnet. There is additionally a function called repay. Now how this works is as folks, or like the businesses, the entrepreneurs, or even your friends that you're loaning money to pay back your funds when they're done using it, the contract will automatically take care of the rotation of the money to the next person on the list. So if you had a series of projects you wanted to invest in or loan to, this contract will take care of the logic of rotating the funds so you don't have any dormant money. And you can see here the contract was deployed, and we essentially ran a contract with a lend, or a contract method with lend. Now lastly, all this code is open source, and the project has been deployed on the mainnet and the testnet. You'll find the application code and the contract code. Some future work that we could potentially go into is setting up user accounts, so we could track all the transactions that are happening, give you a history, see how people are paying you back, potentially add a portal to discover and find international businesses and entrepreneurs. Right now, we just expect you to have the addresses, so if you had like a list of friends even, you could rotate those funds automatically using the Recycloan smart contract. But that's pretty much the motivation and the Recycloan project, and thanks for your time.